Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Small businesses know what it takes to create local jobs, and they have what it takes to emerge from the coronavirus pandemic and lead our economic recovery, with the support we are delivering as part of the budget. Around 5,000 small businesses in my electorate of Lindsay use the JobKeeper program to stay in business and stay connected to their employees. There have been challenges for all businesses. For Phil and his team at Quest Penrith, the border closures and travel restrictions as a result of the coronavirus pandemic have had a significant impact on his business. They've used JobKeeper to get through the difficult times and are eagerly awaiting further borders to open so they can get on with work. Luke, the General Manager of Penrith Valley Regional Sports Centre, described JobKeeper and the cash flow boost as being given a lifeline, allowing them to continue to work through the pandemic as well as get on with the vital refurbishments and upgrades that I delivered as part of my election commitment. As part of the Morrison government's $257 billion in direct economic support to cushion the blow of coronavirus and strengthen our position for recovery, JobKeeper has helped businesses in Western Sydney like Quest Penrith, the Penrith Valley Regional Sports Centre, and so many more get through the coronavirus pandemic. From our sports facilities and small businesses to Australian manufacturers in our community like Spansat and Emu Plains, JobKeeper has been the link that has kept their employees connected and put them in a strong position to respond. Now our economy is fighting back. More than half of those who lost their jobs are back to work, and with the measures announced in the budget, we're helping small businesses to emerge from the pandemic, expand and employ more Australians. This budget is all about jobs. For businesses in Lindsay, it means tax relief, incentives to hire young Australians and purchase the equipment to grow business, support to take on and maintain apprentices, and invest in the skills and training to sustain a highly skilled workforce. We've delivered tax relief for over 11 million hard-working Australians. Over 80,000 taxpayers in Lindsay will benefit from these tax cuts. Not only will these measures allow people to keep more of what they earn to spend on what matters most to them, it is also expected to create around 50,000 jobs. This is part of our economic recovery plan to rebuild our economy and create jobs without increasing taxes. We're also supporting businesses to get the equipment they need to scale up and create more jobs by extending the instant asset write-off. Now 99% of businesses will be able to write off the full value of assets they purchase. It will unlock investment, expand the productive capacity of the nation and create tens of thousands of jobs. Not only will this support business looking to purchase what they need to grow, it will generate economic activity across our economy as small businesses buy, sell, deliver, install and service these purchases. This will lead to more local jobs for our community. Tracy, the Managing Director at Plustek in Emu Plains, just this week received her Australian-made certification for her business. Their energy-efficient doors at Plustek and windows are the type of Australian-made products recognised for quality and value. Plustek are the type of business who will benefit from the extension of the instant asset write-off, allowing them to scale up, continue to manufacture Australian-made products and, very importantly, create local jobs. With nearly 15,000 small and medium-sized businesses in Lindsay and so many manufacturing businesses, it's important we support them to come out even stronger as part of our economic recovery. From July 2020, we've introduced immediate deductions for eligible startup expenses and we're investing over $2 billion for research and development for businesses. Eligible businesses who have struggled will now be able to offset tax losses against previous profits. This will assist nearly 1 million businesses who employ around 8.8 million workers. I talk a lot about the backing of Australian manufacturing and the importance of this, and it is more important now than ever. I've met with many local manufacturers such as Pendrol in Blacktown, Jeff from J. Sinclair Engineering, Tanya from Darmel Air Conditioning, Robert from GPC Electronics, Grant and Scott from Custom Denning. Custom Denning went to see more support. They want to see more support for Australian jobs, and that's exactly what we're wanting to achieve. And since 1955, they've been Australia's oldest bus builder and Sydney's only bus builder now. Based in 2 facilities across St Mary's in my electorate of Lindsay, they employ over 150 staff and have invested over $30 million into their company. I visited their business and saw firsthand how they are moving towards new advanced manufacturing techniques and have partnered with universities and TAFE to provide more opportunities for Western Sydney and to ensure they can create more local jobs. We're also incentivising businesses to take on young people because we know that young people have been particularly impacted by the pandemic. The $4 billion JobMaker hiring credit is expected to support almost 500,000 young Australians. Love Beans is a small local business on the high street of Penrith that launched their espresso bar right at the beginning of the pandemic. And while it's been tough for Tamara, Greg and the team, they've worked hard, they've been resilient, and they've taken on 2 more young Australians, and now they have 5 employees under 35. These are the type of aspirational small businesses that we know will create jobs, and that's why we're getting behind them to lead our economic recovery. I'm passionate about making sure kids in Lindsay have access to pathways that will equip them with the skills they need to take on the jobs of the future. Recently, I visited Grant Engineered, a welding and fabrication company based in Penrith. Grant Engineered is a fast-growing company in the truck and trailer industry with over 20 years of experience. Their work ranges from aluminium and steel fabrication, fuel tank modifications, and even custom-made live floor rigid bodies and trailers. I met Grant and the team and was so proud to see that they've taken on 4 apprentices. We need to make it easier for businesses like Grant Engineered to employ more people, take on more apprentices, and that's why we're investing over $1.2 billion for the Boosting Apprenticeship Commencements wage subsidy, which will support our next generation of skilled workers like the apprentices at Grant Engineering. This will support 100,000 new apprentices, with the potential to lead young Australians in Lindsay's into the jobs of the future in emerging industries. The Boosting Apprenticeship Commencement wage subsidy comes on top of the government's $2.8 billion Supporting Apprentices and Trainees package, which is now expected to support 90,000 employers to keep around 180,000 apprentices and trainees in employment and training. This means that more people in Lindsay will have the opportunity to gain the skills and experience they need for an exciting career, which could take them into the industries coming to Western Sydney, including advanced manufacturing, defence, space and more. For many of these emerging industries, science, technology, engineering and maths will play such a key role. We're taking action to increase the number of women in these fields because our workforce can only reach its full potential when we're backing women to reach their full potential. In this budget, we have made critical investments to support women in STEM, including $10 million to expand the Women in STEM and Entrepreneurship Grants program funding to an additional 50 projects to remove barriers and increase participation. We're also investing $35.9 million to expand the Boosting Female Founders Initiative, designed to address some of the challenges experienced by women taking their startups to the next level. The data shows that in many cases, women only raise half the capital compared to startups founded by men, and even when they get the finance, the terms can be less favourable. Improving access to early-stage capital for female entrepreneurs will help them grow their startups, create jobs and contribute to our economic recovery. Sparking an interest in a job in STEM can start at an early age. At Jemison High School in Lindsay, the Minister for Industry, Science and Technology and I witnessed Girls in STEM in action as the students took part in activities with drones and four-wheel drive challenges. As part of this budget, we're investing $900,000 to expand the Girls in STEM toolkit, as well as $27.3 million to improve STEM skills in early learners and school students through a range of STEM programs. As part of the budget, we've also delivered the second Women's Economic Security Statement. This includes $2 million to extend the Women in STEM Ambassador Initiative, an integral part of our efforts to remove the barriers and open opportunities for women and girls in STEM. We're also making sure these opportunities are available across our country with $1 billion to fund research at Australian universities to drive the discovery of new products, ideas and innovations to power our recovery from the coronavirus pandemic. $40 million to fund universities to embark on important projects in their local communities that collaborate with industry. Importantly, this collaboration happens with industry to drive projects in the national interest. This budget is about supporting families and businesses to get through the pandemic, rebuilding our economy and creating jobs. We have delivered a targeted support with 90% of the spending committed in response to the crisis occurring over the next 2 years. Following Standard & Poor's reaffirming its AAA credit rating today, Australia remains one of only 9 countries around the world to hold a AAA credit rating from all three major credit rating agencies. We entered the crisis in a position of strength thanks to the Morrison government's strong economic management. Now we're delivering the support that businesses need to get back to their best and to create more local jobs. Australians can have the confidence in our economic recovery plan, and the response shows they do. This month, consumer confidence has increased 11.9%, the largest increase in a budget month on record since the series began in 1974. Creating local jobs is part of my plan for Lindsay. It's part of the Morrison government's plan for economic recovery, and it's what this budget is all about. We will achieve this by putting businesses at the centre of this plan, enabling them to do what they do best. For GPC Electronics in Jamison Town, it's creating advanced electronic systems like the Tactical Edge Servers for the Army's Boxer Combat Renaissance vehicles. For Pran and Jitesh at the Cuisine Company in Emu Plains, it's providing delicious meals to supermarket chains, health services and Meals on Wheels. For Alan and the team at Nepean Swim and Fitness, it means getting more local kids and families through the door so they can learn to stay safe and get fit and have fun in the pool or at the beach, which is so important this summer. And for all the hardworking, aspirational manufacturers, small and family businesses, this budget means they have the support they need so they continue to create jobs. I look forward to seeing small and family businesses taking advantage of the Morrison government's support in delivering and leading our economic recovery and creating more local jobs. Thank you very much.